Hey Young America, my name is Jasmine Jones and I'm here to present to you the weekly address to young Americans, where we come together to talk about lots of fun things that young people care about. This broadcast is sponsored by an organization called YOU, which stands for Young, Organized, and United. So let's go ahead and dive into today's topic, which is called We Want More! We Want More! 3 ways to begin to negotiate your salary. Now, a lot of us think about this on a daily basis because it's the honest thing that we think about the dollars that we bring in every week. They play a major role in how we're able to feed ourselves, pay our bills, take care of our loved ones, but they also play a big role in how we're able to take our next big step in life, whether it's simply buying a house all the way to beginning a savings account. Okay? So no matter where you are in your career, no matter what type of job you have, your salary or your hourly wage that you bring in does matter. So we're going to start by talking about the first step that I think is important, and that is starting the conversation. So this can be hard for some, but there are plenty of ways that you can begin the conversation. You could have your yearly evaluation coming about where you could prepare to have this conversation with your boss or manager. Another time that works well is maybe when there's a vacancy that you're interested in taking, or there are new responsibilities coming to your department that you're interested in taking on. All of those present an opportunity to begin a conversation about where you want to go for your career to your next step, but also how you would like to be compensated. Now, when you have this conversation, you have to be very clear about what you want. Okay? And that leads me to our second step, which is called do your research. When you are beginning to negotiate your salary for a position that you're interested in, you have to do your research to know exactly what type of compensation comes with this job. What type of compensation comes with these new responsibilities? Now, how do you do that research? How do you really know what you're asking for and if you are validated for asking for that much? Well, there are plenty of resources out there that you can do, and I'm going to tell you 2 today. One is whether you are internal at an office, at a business, or whether you are applying for a new job and on the interview, you can go to www.glassdoor.com. There are websites out there such as this where you're able to research your company and find out how much they usually pay on average to a position that you're applying for or positions that are in your office. It's an excellent way to get your range to say, okay, it's between here and here that I could probably pitch that I would like to be compensated for. So that's one way you can do it. The second way is for those who are internal. A lot of people overlook going to the HR department. Come on, y'all. Everybody knows HR knows everything. Everything. And the beauty about HR is not only can they provide you very quality and accurate answers, but it's also confidential. So you can go and have these honest conversations with your HR representative and ask them, for a position such as this, how much would I be compensated? That's an okay question to ask, and it honestly protects you for when you are ready to have that conversation, making sure that you're validated for exactly what you're asking for. So hopefully you'll find those 2 resources very helpful with doing your research. Now, step number 3, and this is the most important one. You have to be your own advocate. Okay? So when you go in there and you're discussing that you're ready to have a salary increase, you are going to have to prove how you're ready for this, which is where you talk about your progress and development. You're going to have to prove why the compensation that you're asking for is accurate and based with sound logic, which is where you'll do your research. But then you have to be persistent and insistent. Now that doesn't mean be annoying, okay? So being annoying doesn't win for anybody, so don't do that. But what I mean is so when you have this conversation, every time it doesn't pan out to an automatic increase. No, right? But that doesn't mean that if this conversation doesn't work out for you, that 6 months from now, you can't have it again. And it's on you to schedule that conversation and to be very clear about that you want to have it again and that you want to check back in. Because you are going to have to advocate for yourself in order to make this happen. I can say that from confidence that I know that, I've seen young people our age doing things such as preparing a memo for themselves and presenting it to their manager and being turned down, honestly, but they've come back again when the opportunity window comes back, and they presented their case again, and it has happened for them. So never give up, even if the first conversation doesn't go over well. So let's go back over our 3 lessons for today. 1 was start the conversation. Look for an opportunity window to make that happen. 2 is do your research. You can go online for online resources, or you can simply go down to your HR department. Okay? And number 3, be your own advocate. Be sure to stay persistent with making sure that this is something that you want to see happen for yourself, no matter if it's in 6 months or a year. With doing these 3 steps, I believe that you could see the dial move in some area of this, whether it's an actual increase in pay or it'll build you on a path to figure out where you're going for your own professional development. So, I'm so glad that you joined in again today, and please join in next week because we're going to be talking about what is experience before experience. The eternal intern. Lord Jesus, we all know what that means. Where you're on your 5th internship and haven't got the job yet. So we're going to talk about that and how you can turn that into an opportunity. So please join in next Monday. I'll see you then.